Hey, what's up guys? On today's episode, I get to review my dream watch. Well, sort of. You see, today I'm reviewing the Pagani Dive Watch, an homage to the Rolex Yachtmaster. Now time's are ticking, so let's get stuck in. Hey everyone, Matt Johnson here, and I'm your host of my YouTube channel, Beer and Watches, where every Monday, Wednesday and Friday I bring you the very best in watch news, watch reviews, and of course craft beer brews, because I love my beer. On today's episode, we're going to be reviewing an homage to the Rolex Yachtmaster. It's the Pagani Design Dive Watch. Now, before we swing the camera around, open this up and take a look at the specs, we are going to crack this beer. Now, the beer that I'm taste testing today is the Paulaner Weiss beer, a Munich wheat beer. This is not the first time that I've reviewed a wheat beer from Munich, Germany on my channel. Let's just say I kinda like them. But I've never had this beer from Paulaner Brewery, so we're going to give it a try. This particular beer is 5.5% alcohol volume, and it comes in this 500 milliliter can, and it's nice and frosty because I've had it in the bar fridge. Without further ado, let's crack it and let's give it a taste test. Oh, love that sound. Cheers guys, happy Monday. Here's to the rest of the week. Not too strong, nice and smooth, not too carbonated either, so it's not going to kind of bloat you up. Hey Yogi, you want to come say hi to everybody? Say hi. Who's that? I actually kind of like this. Very, very good beer. I'll put a link to their website, paulaner.com, right there. You can go check them out and check out their really nice, eclectic line of beers. I'm going to enjoy this while we review the Pagani watch. So without further ado, let's swing the camera around, swing, bada bada swing, and take a look at this beauty. All right, everybody, here we are. We've got the watch ready for the review. We've got my beer, and on my wrist, I've got my Tissot C-Star Powermatic 80 Swiss watch with ceramic bezel on 316L stainless steel. Love it. If you want to check out a review of this watch, I'll put a link in the description below this video. I paid for this watch myself, and I actually only paid $94 Canadian, including shipping from China, on AliExpress. You can get these watches on AliExpress, certainly other websites like Amazon as well. As you're going to see, what a deal this is for 94 bucks Canadian. The first thing about the box is that it's got kind of this faux, it's not leather actually, it's got kind of a suede feel about it. It's got the Pagani Design emblem and logo embossed in silver in the lid there. Also, there's a magnet in this lid so that when you close the box, it actually latches shut. Now, when you open this up, I love the presentation of the Pagani watch in this box. The way it's presented and everything you get in here for the money, 94 bucks Canadian. I don't even know what that is, like 70 bucks US, something like that, maybe 60 pounds. When you consider that the actual Rolex Yachtmaster that this pays homage to is about $26,000 US. Now, I'm not saying that this is a Rolex, cause it ain't. There's a lot of things it doesn't have, but it is going to scratch that itch, and it is a very cool watch for the money. So let's take a look. First of all, we've got a hang tag in here. We've also got in this side, in this little slot, a microfiber cleaning cloth. On this side, we have the little instruction booklet. I can hardly get it out. There we go. Little user manual, international guarantee. And then we also have the international guarantee card. There we have the watch on this foam pillow. I think you'll agree, very handsome, beautiful looking watch. The specs on this and the attention to detail are just great. I'm super impressed. There are a few cons, and I'll explain those to you as the review goes along, but generally I'm very impressed. And you've got to remember, for the price of 70 bucks US, this is an absolutely incredible steal. It's like they kept putting in features and just couldn't stop, and how they make these and then ship them and sell them for this price is beyond me. Let's first of all get into the watch itself. Now, this is the Pagani Design Ode to the Yachtmaster, even though it says Explorer there, not quite sure why. The Rolex Yachtmasters What can I tell you about those? Well, first of all, they're in white gold, not stainless steel. The version of this comes in about 34,000 Canadian, 26,000 US, or about 17,000 pounds for the actual Rolex Yachtmaster. Now, the Rolex has a ceramic bezel, whereas this has stainless steel. It also is made of 18 karat white gold, whereas again, this is 316L stainless steel. The Rolex Yachtmaster has an Oysterflex strap. Now, this one is kind of an homage to that, and it's kind of mimicking the Oysterflex strap, even though it doesn't actually have the metal blades in there. The Rolex has a 3235 Swiss movement, whereas this has the Japanese Seiko NH35 movement, which is a great workhorse. The Rolex Yachtmaster has a screw down triple lock crown. This does have a signed screw down crown with a rubber seal in there, so it is water resistant. The Rolex has a scratch resistant sapphire crystal, and this has a scratch resistant sapphire crystal as well. Cyclops lens on this. Rolex has the Cyclops lens as well. Now, the Rolex lens is built into the glass. I'm not sure if this is built in or if it's just applied to the top. My sense is that it's just glued to the top, that hey, it is solid, it does the job. The magnification on it is not as clear and crisp as a Rolex, but I can see it, it works, so that's to be expected for the price. The Rolex movement, the 3235 Swiss movement, is a caliber movement with plus or minus 2 seconds a day, whereas this one is the Seiko NH35 movement, which is going to give you about minus 20 seconds to plus 40 seconds a day, so big difference there. The Rolex has a 70-hour power reserve, and this movement has a 41-hour power reserve. All that being said, those are the differences, but again, remember, this one was about $70 US and the Rolex is about $26,000 US. So you do the math. Hey, if you can afford the Rolex, good for you. But if you can't, then this is certainly going to look good on your wrist, and it's a bit of a talking point because a few people might actually think it's a Rolex and then ask you about it. Now, again, it's not claiming to be a Rolex. It's got the Pagani logo there, Pagani Design, below the 12 o'clock position. Above the 6 o'clock position, we've got automatic, water resistance, 10 bars, 100 meters. We've got a black dial with a sunburst on it. We've got white applied hour markers with the Yachtmaster triangle at the top there. Very Rolex with the baton hands and the Mercedes hand here. We've got the lollipop on the ticking second hand, which as you can see is sweeping very nicely because of that Seiko NH35 movement inside. The date window at the 3 o'clock position again has a Cyclops above it so that you can see that magnified there. I think they've done an absolutely great job with the dial on this. Looks clean, looks well built, the build quality is great. It's a stainless steel bezel. It's got a brushed finish to it, almost like a sandblasted brush finish. Good coin edge to the bezel, and then it's got these raised markers. Now the markers are a little sharp. They feel a little rough. Not bad. I mean, it's certainly very, very good for the price, but they've just got a little bit of a rough finish to them. Brushed outer ring on the bezel there, highly polished case, and then we've also got crown guards here guarding that crown. The crown's got great teeth on there, and it's also signed with the Pagani logo as well. The glass is a completely flat sapphire crystal. This is going to have 60 clicks, not 120. Unidirectional, so it goes one way to the left. Easy to move, easy to get a hold of. There is some play in there. Now, what I'm going to say is once you actually set it to the mark, so let's say the 9 o'clock position here, it's not going to back play much from the 9 o'clock position, but it's got some forward play in it. There is a wobble to it. It works, and again, at the price point, you can't go wrong. It's a functional bezel, does everything that it's supposed to do. Now, as for the case back, if we flip this over, you're going to see something that you would never see on a Rolex, because Rolexes have a solid stainless steel case back. You can't see the movement inside, which is kind of a shame, because the Rolex movement is absolutely beautiful. But what this has is an exhibition case back. It's a screw down exhibition case back, engraved with Pagani Design, water resistant 100 meters, and stainless steel. Inside we can see ticking away there the NH35 movement doing its thing. We can see the pink synthetic jewels inside. Not much going on with the rotor. A couple of cutouts. It's got some markings on there. NH35 24 jewels. We've got a brushed stainless steel finish to the case back on the back. As for the band, as I say, it mimics the Oysterflex Ostaflex strap, rubber cutouts there, which actually on the wrist is quite comfortable. We've got a really nice tang buckle on this, engraved with the Pagani logo in brushed stainless steel. We've also got quick release pins, as if they couldn't give you enough value for money, because you can go to a company like Straps Co and get other bands for this, and you just, without tools or anything, you just push down on that little pin there and it pops right off. Very, very easy. You can see we've got brushing to the inside of the case. Plenty of room there for wrist sizes. And again, we've got that Oysterflex strap look to the strap. This is a screw down crown. A little difficult to unscrew. Not impossible, works well, but just a little grainy feeling as you unscrew it. But once it pops open, you can see there that we've got a black rubber seal inside, and then it's really easy to wind. I like that a lot, feels really solid. Pull it out one time, and that one time is going to change the date if we turn it anti-clockwise. That changes the date there. They line up pretty good. They click into place, no problems there. You can overwind them a little bit, so just allow it to click into place and you should be good. You pull out again to set the time on the watch and then push in and screw back into place. We'll talk a little bit about the NH35 movement. It's an automatic movement, it's hand winding, it is hackable, which means the second hand will stop when you pull out the crown for more precise time setting. It's got 24 jewels. They're the little synthetic jewels inside that stop the components in the movement rubbing together and wearing down. It's got a 21,600 VPH or vibrations per hour to the movement, 41-hour power reserve. You can find this movement in a lot of watches. You can find it in Seikos, Invictus, Vostok, Lume Check, Spinnaker watches. It's one of the world's most popular automatic movements for sure, and again it comes in at anywhere from -20 to +40 seconds a day of variance on the movement. But as I say, I've been finding this as being keeping great time, so I don't really have any issues with it at all. Now again, I purchased this for $94 Canadian, not US, Canadian, including shipping, on AliExpress. I got a deal. They had a voucher on there as well to apply. They generally do. That was an incredible deal. Came to me relatively quickly in about a week and a half from China. Right now I've gone back on AliExpress and they're coming in, this particular one, at $99 US. Once I've filmed this video, I'm going to search for the best prices I can both on AliExpress and Amazon, and I'll put those links in the description below this video. This, guys, is an absolute steal. Great build quality, stainless steel, solid design, NH35 movement, quick release pins on the straps, comes with all the bells and whistles in a great display case. Which side of the Homage fence you sit on is really up to you, but I know that when I can, I will get a Yachtmaster, but for now, this certainly scratches that itch, and it's a great watch. It comes in at 105 grams. It feels hefty. It feels solid. Oh, before we swing this back around and say our goodbyes, I'm just going to take this in the dark room and do a quick lume check and see if we've got any lume at all on this dial. There is the lume, guys. I have to say, I don't even know what to say. I am so impressed with this watch. I mean, I charged this for 60 seconds on a light before I set the camera film in here. It's got this beautiful blue, sea blue lume to it. What can you say for $70 US, even $100 US if that's the price point at the time of purchase? If you don't mind Homage watches, I would say hop on this. This has quickly become one of my favorite watches in my collection. Not the most expensive, but just very, very cool. That is the Pagani Design 40mm dive watch on rubber strap, an homage to the Rolex Yachtmaster. Do I like it? I absolutely do. I'm going to be honest, guys, this is such great value for money. This is by far one of my favorite watches into the studio to date, for sure. Just based on the build quality and the price kind of gelling together. Am I a big fan of Homage watches? Well, to be honest, this is my first one. I've never had one before. You know, at least Homage watches aren't claiming to be the real McCoy. So that's it, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode. Let me know in the comment section below what you think of Homage watches. Do you own one? And would you wear one? Or do you wear one? Do you think they're kind of a rip-off of the real deal? Or do you think they have their place in the watch community? I'm curious, so let me know in the comments below. If you have not subscribed yet, go ahead and hit the subscribe subscribe button. Finally, leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed the video. It means the absolute world to me, guys, and I love to hear from you, so do leave me a comment. I reply to each and every single one of you. My channel would not be what it is without all of you, so thank you so much for your love and support. Oh, and by the way, if you haven't seen it yet, click on that video right there, because that's a good one, and click on the Beer and Watches logo right there to subscribe. Take care. I'm Matt Johnson, and bye for now.